In the profound, quiet depths of the Atlantic Ocean, concealed from human sight for ages, lies the city that has captivated the imaginations of explorers, historians, and philosophers, Atlantis. A place often regarded as mere myth, dismissed as an old tale. But what if the unthinkable were a reality? What if Atlantis never truly sank beneath the waves? What if, even now, this marvel of a city thrived, untouched by the passage of time, waiting to reveal its secrets to those brave enough to seek them? Dr. Evelyn Harper, a passionate marine archaeologist with fiery red hair that seemed to blaze against the backdrop of the sea, and bright green eyes that sparkled with determination, devoted her life to studying ancient cultures. Her sun-kissed skin told stories of countless hours spent aboard vessels and combing the shores, searching for remnants of the past. Each find was a heartbeat, a connection to those who came before. Fueled by an obsession with the lost city of Atlantis, she was a woman on a mission, undeterred by the ridicule of skeptics. Deep within her, a fire burned. Her instincts told her that Atlantis existed, hidden far below the world's oceans. She had to find it. One pivotal morning, aboard her research vessel, the Odyssey, a strange signal emerged on the sonar, a swirling pattern of waves and echoes, unlike anything she had encountered. The readings indicated a vast, structured city resting at the ocean's bottom, 10,000 feet beneath the surface. Could this truly be it? She whispered, her heart pounding in her chest, the weight of possibility pressing down on her. The air around her felt electric, charged with the thrill of discovery. Her team, composed of experienced explorers and scientists, was doubtful. "We've been chasing phantoms for years," her first mate, Jason, grumbled, nervously adjusting his salt and pepper beard, his brow furrowed with concern. But Evelyn refused to let skepticism deter her. She could feel it in her bones. This was a moment she had long dreamed of. She commanded the submersible, Aegis, to plunge deeper into the abyss, her heart racing with anticipation. The hours that followed crawled by, each second heavy with suspense. As the sub sank into the dark, the water transformed into a mesmerizing display of shimmering blues and greens. Unusual bioluminescent creatures darted around them like stars in a cosmic sea, illuminating the way ahead. But as they descended deeper, the glow faded, surrendering to an eerie, ethereal darkness that wrapped around them like a shroud. Then, just as hope began to wane, something astonishing surfaced from the depths. Rising from the jagged seafloor were towering structures, impossibly grand and tall. Massive stone buildings, adorned with vibrant coral and alive with marine life, soared majestically, inviting them into a world forgotten by time. Ornate pillars, embellished with intricate carvings of ancient sea serpents intertwined with vines, reached into the deep blue, while magnificent arches stretched across expansive courtyards lined with glistening seashells. The city stood as a breathtaking testament to art, culture, and civilization, untouched by the passage of time, calling to them with an irresistible allure. Evelyn and her team were left speechless as Aegis glided through the water, weaving between these monumental structures. The sights were overwhelming, a feast for the senses. Statues of long-forgotten gods stood sentinel, their eyes fixed in the distance, as if they could feel the weight of the world above. Enormous fountains, draped in colorful corals, spilled crystalline water into the air, creating a stunning cascade that sparkled like diamonds in the dim light, evoking a sense of wonder that tugged at their hearts. But then, a shift in the atmosphere brought a palpable tension that tingled on their skin. In the distance, something stirred. Initially, it seemed like a trick of the light, but soon it became undeniable. Silhouettes appeared, moving gracefully through the water, figures that were tall and ethereal, with luminous skin shimmering in the sub's lights. Their hair flowed like liquid silver, and their eyes glowed a deep sapphire blue, fixated on the submersible with an intensity that sent chills down Evelyn's spine. "What the hell are they?" Jason gasped, his voice barely a whisper, awe and fear etched on his face, mirroring the tumultuous emotions swirling within Evelyn. Evelyn's heart raced, each beat echoing in her ears. Could it be? Were these beings the descendants of the Atlanteans? Had they somehow survived in isolation for millennia, evolving in the depths of the ocean, untouched by the surface world? Her mind buzzed with possibilities, a whirlwind of excitement and trepidation. As the figures drew closer, Evelyn noticed something else. Symbols etched into their shimmering garments and on the city's walls. Symbols that mirrored the ancient writings she had studied for years, swirling in a beautiful dance of light and shadow. A language lost to time, but alive before her eyes, the language of Atlantis. "Turn the sub around, now!" Jason's voice was panicked, but Evelyn couldn't tear her gaze away from the otherworldly beings, their presence both enchanting and terrifying. "No," she replied firmly, her resolve strengthening. "We're not fleeing. We found them. We must know." Suddenly, the submersible jolted, as if struck by an unseen force. The lights flickered, plunging them into darkness. An eerie silence filled the cabin, and the figures outside raised their hands, causing the water around them to ripple and glow with an otherworldly light. Evelyn felt a strange pressure in her mind, as if someone or something was attempting to communicate directly with her thoughts. "You should not have come here," a voice resonated in her mind. It was calm, yet powerful, ancient and wise, carrying the weight of centuries. "Who are you?" Evelyn asked, her voice trembling, caught between insatiable curiosity and gripping fear. "We are the guardians of Atlantis," the voice replied. "We have remained hidden for millennia, protecting the balance of the world. The surface is not ready for our return. You must leave." Evelyn experienced an overwhelming mix of awe and dread. The legends had been true all along, a tapestry of reality woven with strands of myth. But there was something darker lurking beneath the surface, something the world was not meant to uncover. The Atlanteans had not been destroyed. They had chosen to disappear, to guard their knowledge, their power, from those who might exploit it. "But we can help you," Evelyn pleaded, her heart racing, desperation flooding her voice. "The world can learn from you." The voice grew colder, an echo of ancient disappointment. "The world has forgotten the lessons of Atlantis. They seek power, not wisdom. You do not understand what you ask for." Suddenly, the city around them began to tremble, as if the very essence of Atlantis was rejecting their presence. The towering pillars shook, and the water grew turbulent, a tempest brewing in response to their intrusion. Evelyn realized with growing dread that the Atlanteans possessed the ability to command the ocean itself, a force of nature defending its secrets. "Leave!" the voice commanded again, and with that, the connection was severed. The figures vanished into the shadows as swiftly as they had appeared, leaving Evelyn and her team in stunned silence. "Get us out of here!" Jason shouted, scrambling to navigate the submersible away from the crumbling ruins, panic in his voice. Evelyn hesitated, torn between her quest for knowledge and the terrifying reality she had just witnessed. But the city was collapsing, the ocean closing in around them, and she knew there was no choice. As Aegis raced towards the surface, Evelyn glanced back at the fading outline of Atlantis, her heart heavy with unanswered questions and unfulfilled dreams. She had come so close, closer than anyone in history. But now she understood. Some mysteries were not meant to be unraveled. Some truths were too perilous for the world to bear. The city of Atlantis would remain hidden, its secrets safe beneath the waves. And perhaps, for the sake of humanity, that was how it needed to stay. As they broke through the water's surface, Evelyn took a deep breath, the weight of their discovery pressing down on her, a bittersweet ache in her chest. She had found Atlantis, but at what cost? The truth was more intricate, more terrifying than she could have envisioned, an intricate web of fate and responsibility. Now she faced a choice: share what she knew and risk the chaos it could unleash, or safeguard the secret, just as the Atlanteans had done for centuries. She looked at Jason, who was already on the radio, reporting their return, his voice steady, yet betraying the turmoil of emotions swirling beneath the surface. "What now?" he asked, a question echoing in the depths of their hearts. Evelyn didn't respond. She stared out at the boundless ocean, aware that somewhere, deep below, Atlantis still existed, its guardians watching, waiting with a wisdom that transcended time. The truth was out there, shimmering like the light dancing on the waves. But the world wasn't prepared. Not yet.